It's the NFL on EA Sports, as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 18. Great game in store for y'all, under the lights on Thursday night.
Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital, we've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno.
And the Commanders get home, they drop in. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, we're one snap in, and already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Smith on third and long. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That is not a good omen at all. You know, you spend so much time, Kate, on the first 15 plays, and that first play, you've rehearsed it in your head over and over as a quarterback, as an offensive line. You never, ever want to go backwards, have such a negative play, but now you got to flush it and quickly move on.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. That's complete. Here's Brown. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week. And I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other and give him a chance to make a play.
Daniels throwing on third. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. On the give, here's Robinson. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
2nd and 3. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Offense marching it downfield on their opening drive. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 47. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. Brushes him off with ease. He's got a gain of 6 there. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. This is Robinson. Gets to space right side. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders drive the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force a punt and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Do we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right, because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league, and the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Smith on 1st down. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on 1st down. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Frankie Luvu there for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Another carry for him. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
First down, Smith to throw. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Commanders pick this one up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another, hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. That's taken in by Samuel. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 6 coming up here. He'll get this one to Brown. And this one does not go far. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Man in motion here. 3rd and short, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. They get 6 and a first down as well. They're running the option, short side. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Brought down by Christian Wilkins. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Quick slant to Samuel. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll have it 3rd and 3. Has it downfield working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A run here with Robinson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Robinson can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Daniels. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Running with Robinson. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders pull that in front further. 13-zip. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Has it at the 11. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. The offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
New set of downs for him at the 38. He sent a man in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Completed over the middle. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones. Second and 6 coming up here. Simple dive up the middle. And there wasn't much he could do there. A small gain to the 43. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He has the first over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. He gets 6 on that play, and that's a Vegas first down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. Back to the well again. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Blitz coming for Smith. He'll get this to Tucker. And he's a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before going out.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. It's the Raiders. In a nice spot, 2nd and inches. From the 31. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They're now set for 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. Complete, it's Myers. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Second and 6 coming up here. And again, it's Smith. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Smith. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. He gets it headed right. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he makes Makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll get them back to 11.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Only 17 seconds left for them as they begin this drive. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. It's halftime from near the nation's capital. The Commanders pulling in front after 2. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commander offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, they'll run. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, these are not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it, but these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and really importantly as a check down outlet on short throws.
He'll get this to Samuel. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Second and 6 coming up here. A toss now to Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Out of the gun, Daniels. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. He's got Bowers working the sideline. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. They go play action. Here's Smith. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Looking for the back that time. So that brings them to 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Escapes the puck, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The home teams and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. They liked how that drive was going, but the ND and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. Daniels on 1st down. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Daniels to throw. Has a man, it's Ertz. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Second and 3 now. Running left is Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Short side option here. He's running left. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Robinson on the inside give. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, and the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the 1st down play.
This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's able to get this down to the 36. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. The touchdown and field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
First and 10 from the 41. That's taken in by Tucker. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
First down, Smith to throw. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Slot man in motion right. From the 31. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Throwing out to the left, cut! And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. This throw is caught. Touchdown! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fielded at the 14. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Juke the defender. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in mind, double digits, and they nearly got it there.
He'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders leading by 7. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here's a handoff up the gut. He gets him the first inside the 15. And he's finally brought down at the 9. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on third down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Out for one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.